Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone.
This week, I will also end the government policy of trying to socially engineer race and gender into every aspect of public and private life.
Wokies have had it rough since January. Hello and welcome to another video. Let's check on woke people, shall we? Hey, hit that like real quick.
Are you trying to go to the clinic?
Yeah.
It's closed.
What happened?
The U.S. aid funding has been frozen, so they're closing down clinics.
I don't know what to do. Serious. What will I do? There's nothing.
Clinics like this are a lifeline for people in this community, especially women suffering from HIV. This one, now shut, is a huge disappointment for people just trying to stay alive.
If the US is paying for your healthcare, who's footing the America's healthcare bill? Countries thrive by working hard and setting systems in place, not by getting handouts.
Most importantly, I am here today as the mother of a proud trans man. I am here today as the aunt of a proud trans man. My best friend's kid is trans, and my kid's best friend is trans. My wife and I, our lives are filled with the most amazing, beautiful, brave, trans people, young and old, but especially young. My trans kid had his top surgery at NYU a number of years ago. His doctors were fantastic. His surgeon was the best we could have imagined. And the idea that the city is filled with young people who thought they had a place to go where they could receive the highest care, and that place has now been shut to them, sickens me to my core.
Sex and the City was cool and all, but Cynthia has definitely lost the plot.
We'd send Ukraine.
Freedom worth? How much is American freedom worth? Because Russia...
This is Ukraine, though. This is a war in Ukraine between Russia and Ukraine.
No, this is a war between freedom and fascism.
How much money, how much more do we need to send them?
You asked me that question, I already answered it.
Simple. No, you didn't.
How much is freedom worth to you? How much is American democracy worth to you?
I would give my life to defend my country and for freedom. I would give my life.
Me too, and that's why I'm here.
Okay.
Because you will not have a free America if you don't stand up for democracy now. Clearly, Ukraine is on the side of democracy. Russia is not on the side of democracy.
It's not our war. We're not in that war. We're sending them aid and money and missiles, right?
No, that's not true.
What does American democracy have to do with Ukraine's pride? Correction, Zelensky's pride.
That goes down and it chops their heads off?
Yeah, it's called a guillotine.
What does that mean? Like are you saying, oh, for Trump?
It's a symbol of the people's fury and defiance of corrupt authority.
Gotcha.
It was first brought out in the French Revolution to chop off the heads of the enemies of the people, and it was used by the revolutionary forces against the aristocracy and various reactionaries who were trying to...
So you want Trump's head to be in there?
I would just like people to feel the spirit of revolution, the defiance.
Who else's head should go in this, you think?
I'm not saying anyone's head should go in it. This is a symbol of rage.
You have Trump and the Republicans right here, though, on your side.
Should be in prison. Yeah.
I know, but on top of it, you have this on top of it. Come on, it's okay. Be bold in your belief.
Dude, stop it, man. You're obviously just trying to provoke.
Oh, are you I'm not trying to provoke you at all. I just want to... You have a guillotine on top of a Trump and the Republican sign, so I was just wondering if...
They belong in prison.
Yeah, but you know the average person's going to think that you mean that, right?
The average person is smarter than that. They know this is just a symbol.
Right.
Now, this is funny. Honestly, one of these freaks needs to be prosecuted. This is just crazy. There's always that weird progressive. What am I saying? They are all weird.
This is Graham Avenue, Maslow, here in Brooklyn. So look at this. Look at what this is in Brooklyn, Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Who will kill Elon?
What the heck is this? Now this is a serious threat here. This is a serious threat. Man, if there's enough outrage here when they'll want someone to post kill Biden, there'll be enough outrage from the left. This is really sick right now. This is sick times.
See what I mean? These people have completely lost their rainbow minds.
Which side are you on? 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 We'll fight against Doge. We'll fight Elon Musk. No evils kept within our walls. We'll fight from dawn to dusk.
Hold on, I can't be the only one who heard, aside from her voice cracking, this guy in the background. Yeah! Listen.
Elon Musk. No evils.
So I guess the question is, guys, which side are you on? My answer, not theirs. Bro, who? Oh my goodness. Who thought this was a good idea? We're gonna fight Doge. We're gonna fight wasting taxpayer money. We want to keep wasting taxpayer money. That's how we like to do things. We like to be wildly inefficient and spend our money recklessly. We like fraud and abuse and waste. I mean, which side are you on? You're on the side of fraud and abuse and waste, or are you on the side of wanting to make things clean and efficient? You heard them. They're going to fight making things efficient. They like the fraud, the abuse, the waste. So again, the question is,
which side are you on?
What's with liberals and singing horribly? Do you guys have to sing though? Just make your signs. You're fairly good at that.
San Francisco Pride Parade struggles to secure sponsorship.
They were all people that we've had relationships with for a long time, so it hurts.
Several major companies have decided not to sponsor this year's event, slashing their budgets.
Anheuser-Busch, Comcast, Diageo, Benefit Cosmetics, considerable blow, all totaled around $300,000. In our budget this year, it calls for raising $2.3 million from corporate sponsorship.
The executive director of the organization that runs the parade blames the government.
You know, obviously there's some pressure from the federal government.
Despite the difficulties, the organizers are optimistic.
Well, we're hoping we're going to find some new partners. We need to find about 10 of those new sponsors.
But not everyone thinks they will succeed. Do you think they will be able to get the money?
You're raising over $2 million for naked men and provocateur women? Really?
My research shows that there's been 82,000 Americans who are registered as POWs or MIA, which is atrocious and horrible, and it should never happen to any American. But there's 20 million minimum LGBTQ members. So when we're talking about special interest, let's just have some intellectual integrity. I've talked before about the hypocrisy of some of the people up on that dais, and I think that your approach to trying to trick people out of having to fly the pride flag in June by making sure that the POW MIA flag was flown is really disgusting, and again, it's not impartial in any way, and I think that you should be ashamed. I definitely am. Thank you.
It's not common that I respond to public comment, but I will not sit here and have somebody tell me that veterans are a political stunt. How dare you? This country was founded because veterans lost their lives. Hundreds of thousands of people died for this country so that you could fly your pride flag. And man, I am pissed. I'm sorry. This is out of line, and perhaps my council members will censure me for this, but do not ever disparage veterans in my presence, right? Those 82,000 people who never came home will never have a chance to have a family or grow up. While you can fly your pride flag, they sacrificed their lives all over the world for America and for freedom around the world. I tolerate your comments, which are always on the attack, and all in your libelous comments on Facebook. I tolerate it because, you know, you probably can't help yourself, but don't ever disparage veterans in front of me. Don't ever disparage veterans in front of me, and we're done. Okay, next up on public comment.
That right there is a man's man. You get to prance around in February. Somehow you want to share June? You selfish deer in headlights.
Hi, Randy. I believe you know me. I'm Erica PC.
I have no idea who you are. So, Erica.
Pageantry.
Erica PC.
Drag.
Is that PC's your legal name? We have to put it in here.
Yes.
That's your legal name? Okay. Erica PC. You're recognized.
Yeah. So I am from Tampa, Florida. I'm here to school you again.
All right. You're done. Let's go next.
Really?
Yeah. Come on. Next.
Oh.
Come on. Let's go. Whoever. Got a lot to do. No time for nonsense.
He should be sumo wrestling, out here dressed like a household clown from the 80s.
Then tell me how it's a cult. Tell me how the Democratic Party
how
is a
about
cult
this?
compared to MAGA.
I'll give you another, you asked me for more examples.
Yes.
The day of the State of the Union address, all 22 Democrat senators repeated the very same video on social media, mindlessly like robots.
What video?
The video where they said, something is effing out of control and this is not right. You guys all saw that video. Repeating the same incantation with not even like an iota of creativity or ingenuity, like just repeating it like as if they've been hypnotized into a... Got it.
To be clear, she called MAGA a cult, and Charlie said, the Democratic Party fits that description more. He isn't wrong either.
I'm making this video to ask and call out the military. It's come down to a point where, you know who, because I'm not mentioning names, because TikTok likes to ban people, that has too much, or is gaining too much power, and nobody is there to stop him, or the ones trying to stop him are not being very successful, because there's not much they can do. But you as the military, are you going to stand with the people? Are you going to stand with him? Are you going to remember your oath to our Constitution? Or are you going to let this continue to happen? I am calling out the military to do what you know is right. As an American citizen, if you choose not to stand with the people, you will leave no choice to the American people to do what they have to do. I'm not going to say what it is, but you know. So you can be on the right side or the wrong side of history. Your choice. But make it fast, because we're running out of time.
Nurse, he got out again. Go take your meds, bro.
Donald Trump has just removed the T from LGBT on all the government websites. I don't even know what to say.
It's okay if you don't know what to say, because I do. See, these are orientations. This is who you're attracted to, but these are identities. This is how you perceive yourself, as well as how you wish for others to perceive you. Then what happened was these two groups just got smooshed together, even though they're not the same thing. And even though they never belonged together to begin with, we were doing pretty well until the extremist activism started. And now the extremists on the left have inspired the extremists on the right to begin attempting to overturn gay marriage. So thank you for that. If you didn't know about that, yes, it is true. And shall this continue progressing? Like, if you think for 1 second that I will hold back because it's my party, you got me all the way messed up. So while y'all are mad that the government removed the T from the website, the rest of us are mad about your actions over the last 4 years that have compromised the entire community.
Someone said we went from we just want to get married to we just want your daughters to be cool with us naked very quickly, and I agree.
3 things white people will never stop doing.
Here we go.
That fake ass smile when you walk past them. You know what smile I'm talking about. You walk past any white person and I guarantee you they're gonna hit you with one of these. What does that mean? Why are you smiling at me?
Maybe they got something in their teeth. Who cares? Just smile back. At least they didn't call you a...
Number 2, the big t-shirt, short shorts combo. I cannot tell you how many times I have clutched my pearls in public because I thought one of you girls did not have any pants on. Please tell me, what is the purpose of that look?
Ain't reason why you look like you're dressed for the club, but you just made a video. Why are you so pressed about what a white woman wears? I could be wrong here, but as long as she's covering her ass, it don't matter what she's wearing. I just think you have a problem with white people.
Seasoning your food. It is 2024. There is no reason why you should still be seasoning your food with only salt and pepper. There are so many amazing seasonings out there. You got seasoning salt, onion powder, jerk seasoning. Even Even garlic powder would do the trick.
I know a lot of white folks that can cook. And I know a lot of black folks that can't cook. Not race specific. There's a lot of people who just don't know how to cook. They just don't know what to do. This lady just hates white folks. It has nothing to do with the actual list. She just has a problem with white people existing because everything that she named, there's no problem.
Now imagine this was reversed. Just imagine. The exact words she said, but Linda is saying it. TikTok would get banned again.
Black women, when we do the same diets as white women, we lose less weight and we lose it slower. The racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Even fat is racism now. What about the refrigerator? The desserts, the calories, they are all racist, and it is all white people's fault.
Do not listen, fascists!
I said what I said, bro.
Well, shiver me timbers, bro.
My bills stay paid, and you can't afford me. I don't give a what you think.
That can't be true. Beacons. Here, as usual, OnlyFans. $12.99 a month. Nope, I can afford you. I'm not gonna, but I can afford you.
He said, OnlyFans as usual. You've got to admit, that's a little funny.
Go ahead, Dylan Mulvaney, go for it.
On a walk, the Dylan hour, feeling sweet, feeling sour. I feel nothing. The Dylan hour. My couch is open, it's better than therapy.
Testicles are out.
All your bottom boys, my bisexual fans.
Bottom boys.
One and all disassociate with me. It's free. Grab a drink or two or three. You have no friends. All good, you got me. It's the Dylan hour.
Oh my.
Love ya.
That was painful.
That dude is crazy,
Listen,
bro.
On behalf of the audience, we are sorry. Okay.
Oh,
I know
my
that was
God.
tough for many of you. What if he becomes their Joe Rogan? They've been waiting.
Oh my God.
It's like Brett Cooper said, Dylan Mulvaney is playing a part. It is all a performance. He couldn't hack it in Broadway, so he chose to climb up through TikTok and misogyny.
Sir, hey, you're assaulting us. That's assault there, buddy. If we did that to somebody, I know you'd be crying about it, right? Because you're called a hypocrite. You don't know how to be a man. You don't have any children, do you? You can't even take care of yourself, much less a child. You have no responsibility, no sense of virtue, no sense of masculinity. You've been emasculated. You don't know how to protect women. You don't know how to protect children. No, you don't. If we wanted to do something to this abortion clinic, you wouldn't stop us. We are restraining ourselves because we're law-abiding people. You guys are not restraining us in the least bit of way. You're not protecting this clinic, okay? You're a coward. You couldn't protect your way out of a paper bag. If we wanted to toss you down the hill, we'd toss you down the hill, and you wouldn't be able to do anything about it. It's the fact that we are self-disciplined men who actually restrain ourselves and abide by the law is the reason that you haven't gotten hurt today, because you're not a man, you're a coward. You're a little boy that has not grown up. You've been raised in a self-centered, materialistic, consumer-driven culture. All you know how to do is consume. You don't know how to take care of anybody. You don't know how to produce or build anything of value and substance. So I hope you grow up and become a man.
He went home that day and asked ChatGPT, how do I become a man?
Most people in this country voted for Trump.
It's a lie. The slim majority of voters, shamefully, there were very few voters who showed up, but stop that bullshit. It is not a majority of Americans.
Bullshit.
Do some math.
He actually won the popular vote.
I am telling you, it was a slim majority of voters. Are you hearing me? Because I can sign it if you want. That is why you're not supposed to spread the bullshit that most Americans are looking for this. Because
If people care, then they vote.
Because too few people voted. That's a disgrace.
If people care about issues, then they vote.
Yeah, well, if you want
So the ones who cared voted for Trump to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse in government.
Because lots of voters were purged from voter rolls before the election.
This sounds familiar to me. It sounds like election denial. Is that what you guys are doing?
Just stop.
I'm just, because I thought we weren't supposed to do that.
Just stop.
Yeah, that's not, you just told me that. You just said this, right?
You know, the damage that is being done by the narcissist in that building, the people who believe his bullshit. I know gaslighting when I see it and when I hear it, so just stop.
Okay.
Stop.
We don't have to talk to me. I'm actually on my way over here. So.
Is that her hair or a really bad hat? I don't think these people know how elections work all of a sudden. Black Lives Matter was a revolutionary movement, or whatever Democrats say.
You put words in my mouth, man. I'm done with
No, I'm just asking.
No, at the end of the day, a woman's life is more important than the person that's inside.
So we both acknowledge that there is a person inside, but it's just not as valuable.
I am not saying that it's a fetus.
Well, you just said person.
Okay.
Do they only acquire the rights that you were talking about that we're born with after they go through the birth canal?
Sure.
So you're pro-abortion all 9 months?
Yes.
So anything that we do to that fetus prior to the 9 months, like killing it, would be acceptable?
Sure.
And do you believe that kids are born trans?
Yeah.
Okay, so what if a Christian wanted to abort their trans kid because they were trans? You wouldn't have any issue with that?
I mean, it doesn't matter because it's not like you put words in my mouth, man. I'm done with
No, I'm just asking.
Just put the TQIA plus in the center of their argument and they completely melt away.
I cannot tell you how many comments I am seeing like this. So you guys are embarrassed that your president is saying we will no longer be mooched off of, we will no longer be taken advantage of, but you guys weren't embarrassed electing Joe Biden who couldn't even form a sentence?
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping. Handed over to the president of Ukraine, who has as much courage as he has determination. Ladies and gentlemen, President Putin.
But you weren't embarrassed that the vice president doesn't even know the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the United States of America.
You weren't embarrassed that a man with a mental illness was the Secretary of Health for 4 years. None of those things embarrassed you. What embarrasses you is having a president that stands up for you. Nobody is saying that you have to like Donald Trump. You can like whoever you want or not like whoever you want. To say that you were embarrassed to have a president who was putting his foot down, but you were not embarrassed the last 4 years, and that was your high standard of an administration, please shut up. I wish nothing more for you than to unlock the common sense part of your brain, because that is idiotic logic.
Imagine shading your country because they administration refused to be mooched off of. Kamala couldn't articulate the war. Biden called Zelensky Putin. Bear, you found those cute.
Hey, my fellow ladies out there. So men think they own you. Take it from somebody that used to be a man. You got boobs. You got a vajayjay. Guess what, honey? You own them. Trust me, they want it. Make them own it.
Forgive my youthful ignorance, but I was pretty sure we were leaving this behind in 2024. Can we solidify that, please?
He said, my fellow ladies. Sorry, does that look like you ladies? Does it look like your moms, guys?
Currently, I mean, you can spin it however you want. I personally do think that Trump, has done a lot to really ruin the Constitution. I think when you look at January 6th, yes, January 6th.
Such an October question, bro. Like,
I know, but then answer it.
But answer what? I mean,
why is the Constitution suddenly flimsy when it comes to things that are currently happening? It's like, but it's not flimsy when it comes to
years ago. And like, here's my best argument is like,
so it doesn't matter.
Well, hold on. The American people were presented with this, and they didn't believe the media's premise. So you tell me how Donald Trump was against the Constitution. What?
By trying to overthrow it on January 6th.
Okay, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. You know what he did do? He did win in November because you guys couldn't stop talking about that for the last 4 years. Okay.
Hold up.
Because all you guys did is you lied. You kept the border wide open. You guys sent money to Ukraine unnecessarily. We had hyperinflation, and all you guys did was lie endlessly about January 6th. I'm not going to relitigate this too much because honestly, I don't have to. Because we won and you didn't.
Like, can we actually move on already? This was all you had during the elections, and it didn't work out for you. Just let it go.
Get millionaires out of politics. Until it's a Democrat. People that are Christian and Catholic literally force their beliefs onto other people, and it's unfair. But you have to believe in transgenderism, or else you're a bad person. I'm a feminist against rapists and rape. Unless it's a woman of a different political party. Then I hope she gets raped and has a miscarriage and then won't be treated and will die. It's so offensive that men think we put on makeup and wear cute clothes to impress them when it's really for ourselves. But let's start the 4B movement to shave our heads and stop wearing makeup so they won't want us anymore. Men who expose their genitalia to women are disgusting and should be held accountable to the highest extents of the law. So let's put penises in women's locker rooms. Republicans are so misogynist, and misogynists are bad. But when the thousands of women saying that they don't want a man on their team because they kick their ass every time, those women don't matter. We must listen to the man. Black lives matter, but we're not going to talk about black on black crime, which is the highest amount of crime that this country sees. Men who don't have a uterus don't get to speak on abortion. but you can be a woman without a uterus. You voted for a rapist, but when Biden and Clinton were accused of rape, it didn't go to court, so it doesn't matter.
I'd like to add one more. Get your religion out of public spaces, unless it's Palestinians facing Mecca. Okay, who is in charge of the White House's social media? You're killing liberals with your humor.
Harry Sisson just got ratioed. And I think this post is important because it shows how hypocritical many of these people. It's not about principles, it's not about being reasonable. It's about attacking Trump and supporting the left. It's almost like it's a religion. So a couple days ago, Harry posted this: the White House is ignoring federal courts and just doing whatever they want. Trump wants to be a king and MAGA will stand by and clap along like good little servants. Constitutional crisis is here. Another account on X then comments and says this you? And look at the name. I found the name kind of interesting. So he has a screenshot of what Harry has said in the past. And Harry said this: amazing. President Biden just announced that he will invoke the Higher Education Act, bypass the conservative majority on the Supreme Court in their terrible ruling. He's fighting for student debt relief and won't give up this battle. You can see here, Harry got ratioed. But again, it's just telling that they have no principle. He attacks Trump for challenging judges, but then praises Biden for literally circumventing the supports order. Just funny how that works.
Retard Finder did find a retard. Also, isn't Harry under fire for deceiving and playing multiple women? I'm sorry, why? Cue in the screaming, crying, and violent shaking.
The one thing that I want people to think about, even as a waitress, if any of you all else have gone like completely mad with every single job being a tipped job, and all of us then now having to pay each other's wages, that we just need to pause and consider. We easily enter a world where no one is paid, where like no one's employer is like actually paying their wages.
How do you take so much time to say absolutely nothing? That's some insane skill.
Guys, what is going on? What in the world is that dude crying about? Like, there's an altercation with Donald Trump and Zelensky, and this dude is like choked up for Zelensky, and he's such a beta over there getting all emotional about this whole thing. It was 80 years ago, when 18, 20, 22-year-old kings from America stormed the beach of Normandy. Alpha men, guys that I respect, laying their life to take out evil. So me, you, and our kids could be free. Because there's a crazy mustache man over there in Europe just losing it. And these alpha men risk their lives. And today, we have emotionally sensitive snowflakes getting choked up because Donald Trump raised his voice and said enough is enough. What is going on?
Someone said, this is the pussification of the American men. I mean, imagine opening your TikTok to see your husband weeping about another man.
What do you think about President Trump's job so far?
I think he's making America worse. Why the do you give a billionaire who hasn't been elected, who doesn't even know how the government works, all this access to people's like information? I'm talking about Elon Musk.
Elon Musk has access to our information?
Yeah.
Like what kind of information?
Apparently he has access to Social Security.
Head of that department, which is the treasurer, already came out and said that he only has read access. So he doesn't actually have information. Okay. Like your Social Security information doesn't have my Social Security information, doesn't have access to that kind of stuff.
Did you hear that it was approved to give him like a grant?
Like what kind of grant?
I'm not sure.
Because he does work with NASA and the Department of Defense for the space rocket stuff, but that was like 2023 under Biden's administration.
Okay, but I was told that he was given like a grant to do something. I don't know what it was. And Mom, she watches MSNBC, and I get most of my information from her. So I guess to like be, you know, a better citizen, I should probably, you know, like
indulge in both.
Right.
I heard, I was told, they said. That's all. This is a great representation of the left and her misinformed babies.
Your sign says stop abuse of power.
Yes.
In what regard?
Well, with everything that's happening in our politics, I think it's pretty straightforward.
Like with Trump?
Yes, it seems that money goes a long way right now with our politicians, and that needs to stop.
So would you say it was an abuse of power how they just like removed Joe Biden out the Democratic primary and installed Kamala Harris?
You know, I don't know that I can comment on it.
But isn't that pretty anti-democratic and a big abuse of power? Especially by like the mainstream media, because they pretended for so long that Kamala was not going to be the president and that Biden was competent, and then it turned out that the debate happened and it was proven that Biden was incompetent.
And it's frustrating to see within your own party when there's divisiveness. So,
it is, right?
You know, we're trying to
Nancy Pelosi came in. Yeah. So like, shouldn't you be protesting against your own party's abuse of power? Maybe that's why you guys lost.
Maybe that's why you guys lost. I know that's right. This isn't a present, but I'm wrapping it up. Was that any good? Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one.